Hey, what's up everyone? John here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to be doing an updated review of Mondly. I did this same review about a year and a half ago, but since that video went live, Mondly was actually acquired by Pearson, a huge education company, and they've made some changes to their program. So today I'm going to break down how the new Mondly app works post-acquisition, changes in pricing, what I like and don't like about it, and whether I think it's effective as a language learning app. And just as a heads up that since I'll just be covering the major highlights in this video today and trying to keep things short, if you find you need more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written review of Mondly over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight Mondly Review. It's a quick way to find it. Alright, so let's dive into how the Mondly program works. So when you first log in, you land on the dashboard, which looks a lot like a giant map covered in geolocation pins. It looks kind of like a learning path because it seems like the map goes from left to right, but it's a little less structured than that. Essentially, each geolocation pin is a collection of 8 lessons that covers a specific topic or theme like travel, romance, school, etc. And while it seems path-like from left to right, in reality, you can jump from pin to pin however you want. There's no true order to them, and they really don't build on one another in terms of difficulty. It's more about what you want to learn. But regardless of which pin you jump into and start working lessons, there's always a daily lesson. That's sort of the baseline of the Mondly program. Every day you're given a single daily lesson to work through, and when you finish it, it'll be marked as complete on your dashboard and it'll start a countdown clock until the next day's daily lesson is ready. This is sort of the backbone of the Mondly program. They want you working at least one single lesson every day, keeping your streak alive, and then you can work these sort of bonus lessons on the geo pins whenever you want. But as for what the lessons look like themselves, whether you're talking about the daily lesson or a lesson from the map, they're basically the same in terms of length, format, and content. Each Mondly lesson takes about 5 minutes to complete and is comprised of a series of hands-on, rapid-fire drills. There's flashcard type drills, fill in the blanks, speaking drills, translation exercises, matching pairs, back and forth little conversations, spelling drills, and a few more. In this respect, it's a lot like Duolingo. It's just a bunch of fast-moving, highly diverse exercises. Then when each lesson is over, the program gives you a quick recap of the vocab from the lesson in quick, rapid-fire succession, and then it takes you to a screen full of stats, which gives you all of your performance data. And honestly, that's sort of it. There's nothing too complicated about it. There are some weekly quizzes and monthly challenges, and Mondly does have some upgraded features like VR and AR apps, but if you're talking about the core language program, that's it. There are no videos or audio lessons or grammar modules or anything like that. You work your 5-minute daily lesson, get your little review and recap, and then you're free to knock off other lessons in the geolocation pins on the map based on topic. From that perspective, it's a very straightforward language app. But to be fair, I'm kind of flying through this since this is just a video and that is perhaps a little oversimplified, so if you want to see a deeper analysis, make sure to check out that full detailed written review that I mentioned earlier. I'll have it linked down below in the description for you. I have more screenshots and detail over there so you can get a better feel for what to expect. Okay, so now before I get right into the strengths and weaknesses of the Mondly program, let's quickly talk about pricing and how they compare to other apps. So, Mondly has 3 different packages: a 1-month pay-as-you-go package, a 12-month subscription, and a lifetime access package. For the pay-as-you-go 1-month subscription, Mondly is going to hit you for $10 per month. For the 12-month subscription, you're going to pay $48 in advance, or $4 per month when broken down. And the lifetime package is a little all over the place in terms of pricing, and it really depends on current sales. Full retail, it'll allegedly cost a few $100s, but you'll rarely, if ever, pay that. You'll almost always be able to find that lifetime package for around $90 with a coupon. In fact, on that point of deals and coupons, we track Mondly's sales calendar and aggregate all the deals they have floating around, so make sure to check the description below for discounts and coupons before buying. I'll drop the current best deals and coupons that I can find down in that text below the video screen, so make sure to check that out and save yourself some cheddar if you decide to go with Mondly. But anyway, putting these prices in perspective, the $10 monthly subscription is very par for the course. That's right in line with Babbel, Rosetta, Busuu, and a few others. They almost all charge somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 for their pay-as-you-go plans. But the 12-month subscription that breaks down to $4 per month is significantly cheaper. Most other plans won't go below $6 or $7 per month, so $4 is a bargain. And it's the same with the lifetime package. Most other apps don't offer their lifetime deals below $120 or so, so $90 is a great value. Mondly is definitely a high value app from that perspective. Alright, so now that we've talked about how the Mondly app works and cost, let's get into what I like and don't like about Mondly. And let's start with the pros. The first thing I really like is the fun, diverse mixture of drills that Mondly uses. Some language apps use boring and repetitive exercise mixes that hit the same drill types over and over. But Mondly uses a very nice mix that keeps things balanced and engaging. Like I said a couple minutes ago, you've got flashcard drills, fill in the blanks, speaking exercises, translation prompts, matching pairs, back and forth dialogue, spelling drills, and a few more. It's a solid blend of hands-on drill types. And then, sort of piggybacking on that same point, I like that Mondly uses shorter lessons than most. This can be a good thing or bad thing depending on what you're looking for in your program, but for a lot of people, these short, bite-sized lessons are perfect. Your daily lesson only takes 5 minutes, and then if you want to squeeze in a couple more topical lessons throughout the day, those only take 5 minutes as well. From this perspective, the Mondly program is very manageable. It's much more about consistency day to day than it is about depth or time study. Okay, so my third highlight of the Mondly program is how they give you a quick recap at the end of every lesson. Essentially, when you complete one of those 5-minute lessons, they quickly run you through a review session where they recap each word or phrase that you learned. There's usually around 10 to 15 key phrases, and Mondly will run you through them in like 20 seconds. It's just a nice little way to drive home what you just learned. Plus, they use this cool little brain feature where you can go back and review related vocab and phrases whenever you want. There's these little clusters of related phrases that are grouped together on the brain to make reviewing easier. I was a big fan of that. And lastly, grammar. To be honest, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with how Mondly does grammar. So let me explain. Mondly doesn't really do grammar. There are no dedicated lessons or teaching points or in-depth explanations about grammar of any sort. Instead, they leverage these little verb conjugation charts in each exercise. You can hover over any verb and it'll show you how that verb is conjugated based on who is doing the action, as well as how the verb is conjugated in past, present, and future tense. These little charts are super useful for seeing how to use verbs, and I really like this feature a lot. But I'm not really crazy about the overall lack of grammar, as I'll get to here in a second in my section on cons. But first, before I get to that section on cons, I do just want to mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free language learning subscription to one lucky person. Super simple to enter. Everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know that it takes like 10 seconds, and hey, you never know, you could win a totally free lifetime subscription to Mondly. Alright, so back to those negatives that I was just talking about. Let's start where I left off, grammar. As I just mentioned, there is a clear lack of grammar instruction in this program. They have those useful little verb conjugation charts, which I do like, but there are no dedicated grammar lessons or teaching points or in-depth explanations whatsoever. It's more on you to learn grammar intuitively, I suppose, which I wasn't crazy about. Personally, I much prefer how Rocket Languages and Babbel do it with dedicated grammar content. Then second, the next drawback to me is how advanced Mondly is from the get-go. Basically, they just drop you right in and you start learning full sentences. Now, there is a slight warm-up with the basics and the lessons of the first 2 or 3 geolocation pins on the map, but otherwise you're just kind of tossed in. Even your first daily lesson assumes you have some working knowledge. If you have any level of basic understanding of the language that you're going to be learning, you'll be fine. But if you're a complete beginner, I could see this being a little overwhelming. It's not like your typical courses that start with 1 and 2 word building blocks and then build up from there. Frankly, I'd maybe like to see some more beginner level lessons early on with Mondly. Okay, so last negative here is Mondly's conversation exercises. They kind of hype up their chat-based conversational practice, which you get in every lesson grouping on the dashboard, but honestly, they're just okay. I personally think their usefulness is kind of limited. They're fun, but they lack the in-depth conversational and verbal practice that I was expecting. They're more like quick text message conversations. Again, it was a cool idea, but kind of an overrated feature in my opinion. Alright, so that about does it for the details, so time for my final verdict. Is Mondly worth it? Honestly, I generally like Mondly after the updates that Pearson has made. In this category of language apps with faster moving, more game-like lessons, I think it's one of the better options. I like it more than Duolingo, Busuu, Memrise, Lingodeer, and some others. Now, I don't think Mondly offers the depth of learning you get with Babbel, and I think Pimsleur and Rocket Languages offer more robust learning frameworks overall, but if you're looking for an interactive, engaging program with more bite-sized lessons, maybe you just want to learn 10 or 15 minutes per day, then I really like Mondly for that. Like I said, I like them better than most of their direct competitors, especially at this price point. But anyway, that's all I've got for you. I hope this video was helpful and you learned a little something about Mondly. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full detailed written review of Mondly that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website, testprepinsight.com, or check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.